Hey guys, it's Dr. Monroe and I'm back with another video. Now what we're going to talk about this time is basically a very brief summary about a book I read a few months ago called The Power of Habits. Now, and really I bought the book because I found myself having difficulty creating some good habits and really trying to get out of some bad habits. So I was looking to try and figure out a way to get out of this vicious cycle. Because let's be honest, habits are very hard to break. We all know that. And unfortunately, it's a curse for a bad habit, but it's a blessing for a good habit. And again, the great philosopher Aristotle even told us we are what we do on a daily basis. So if we find ourselves doing a lot of bad habit sort of things, we can make it for a pretty tough day. But if a lot of our day is set up with some good habits, it could very well increase the likelihood of us having a better day, a better week, and a better life. So I just thought I'd summarize this with you just briefly, but again, I would encourage you to go take a look at the book, The Power of Habits. Now, one of the first things that it really talks about is all habits seem to have a cue. Now, you know what that is. It's something that causes you to do it. Again, it could be I get stressed, I go have a cigarette. I get stressed, I have to go have some ice cream. Okay, now those are cues to make you do something which becomes your routine. And in a sense gives you a reward of actually trying to be a little bit, calms you down a little bit, if that may be. But again, the same thing could be true for a good habit. If you have a cue, and that cue might be my alarm wakes me up and it gets me to the gym every day. Sometimes those are the cues. So a lot of times there's that cue, there's that routine that we're in, and then there's that little bit of a reward. So what we really need to do is try and find what the cues are for the bad habits and try not to do those anymore. But also start to make some new cues for some good habits so that we can start going down that path. Now, another good thing about habits or changes that you're trying to make in your life is one, you need to try and tell somebody some of the changes you're doing. But it's got to be someone who's not going to bust you, but somebody who's going to be encouraging, just to be a little bit accountable to. That's another good mechanism. Now, the other thing about habits is they are tremendously powerful. And because they are powerful and they're very difficult to change, you're not going to be able to make that change instantaneously. Very rarely do you ever see anybody do anything cold turkey. Very rarely do you see someone quit smoking now, quit going to Starbucks now. That's not going to happen. If you've been someone who's been a solid meat eater your whole life, you're not going to wake up tomorrow and be a vegetarian. Changing habits is almost like it's almost like eating an elephant. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. Well, the same is true with changing a habit or creating a habit. You make a change and it slowly starts to build. So if your habit is, I want to start doing more exercise, I want to start being more physical. Okay, well, you might want to start off doing five push-ups. That may not seem like much. But if you do 5 push-ups a day, eventually 5 will turn to 10. 10 will turn into 15. Next thing you know, those push-ups will turn into some other sort of physical activity. The same with walking. If you want to start exercising more, you're not going to go out and run a 5K. But if you told yourself, I'm going to walk 5 minutes every day after dinner. Well, look, we all can walk 5 minutes every day after dinner. And again, that 5-minute walk turns into 10, turns into 20, turns into 30. Some people try and tell themselves, I need to deal with stress a little bit better. Well, one of the best ways to do that is tell yourself, 5 minutes. I'm going to go into my room. I'm going to disconnect from all electronics. In 5 minutes, it's just me. Nothing. Just relax. That 5 minutes will do you wonders. And it may turn to 10 to 15 to 20. And it'll at least give you a chance to disconnect a little bit and maybe get a little time for yourself and just relax the slightest bit. Now, again, the same is true for bad habits. If you want to stop smoking, well, you actually want to smoke 2 less cigarettes a day. And do that for a while until you feel like you can go to 4 less cigarettes and maybe go to 6 less cigarettes. Again, all you're doing is make a very simple change every day, small bites at a time. So look, this is a very brief summary on the book, The Power of Habits. I'm going to put some links right at the bottom of this so you can go click on them to find a little bit more information about the book, a few more great summaries that are on the internet about the book. But again, this is a great book, and I really think you should take the time if you're willing and wanting to make some changes in your life. I look forward to having another great video for you next week. Have a great day.